Welcome back. You're watching Nation Tonight. In what was his first call of 2024, Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba dialed Indian Foreign Minister Dr. S Jaishankar today. The two leaders held what they called a useful conversation, exchanging views on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and ways to advance bilateral ties. Minister Kuleba tweeted, and I quote, "I informed my counterpart of Russia's recent escalation of terror and mass air attacks. We discussed further cooperation on the peace formula. We agreed to hold the first meeting of the India-Ukraine Intergovernmental Commission since 2018 in the near future. The rejuvenation of this primary mechanism of our bilateral ties will allow us to jointly move forward in a comprehensive manner," unquote. Remember, this phone conversation is significant as it comes after Minister Dr. Jaishankar paid a 5-day visit to Moscow, and it also comes amid Western criticism of India's close ties with Russia. To talk more on this, I'm joined by former Ambassador JK Tripathi on Nation Tonight. Mr. Tripathi, thank you very much. Good evening, sir. Welcome to Mirror Now. This whole phone call, the first for 2024 for the Ukraine foreign minister reaching out to India, how do you see this considering the fact that India has had to walk this tightrope, which it has walked very successfully since the Russia-Ukraine war began?
Yes, yeah, you are perfectly all right when you said that India has very successfully walked the tightrope since the war began. And so far, it has been a success for India in this regard. Now, coming back to the telephone call by Dmytro Kuleba, the Ukrainian foreign minister, to Jaishankar, it is, I think it's a desperate call. Desperate in my view, because you see, last month, the American government wanted 46 wanted quite large number. I think $16 billion, $50 billion for assistance to Ukraine in the war situation. But that was rejected by the Senate because Senate wanted that U.S. government should first erect the boundary wall between U.S. and Mexico, which is long overdue. Now, after that, Zelensky visited in a hurry. He visited Washington, but could not get any success. So, last heard of on 27 December, a small peanut amount of say $250 million in military aid, small arms, ammunitions, etc., had been given by U.S. government to Zelensky. This was the last tranche of the 2023, for which approval was already there and no further approval was needed. But now USA has already spent $46.3 billion for Ukraine in the war. And considering that this $250 million is peanuts. And this is now because of the imbroglio, the US is unable to further give any assistance to Ukraine.
Okay.
EU is also non-committed. So that means Zelensky or Ukraine is in a very tight
Ukraine
corner.
is desperately trying to reach out to other countries for help and, of course, financial aid specifically, as you say. But Ambassador Tripathi, the Ukrainian foreign minister also talked about what is called the India-Ukraine Intergovernmental Commission, which was basically set up for economic and cultural and technological cooperation between the two countries. But how far do you think have the two countries come about when we talk about the bilateral ties? in terms of not just the relationship between the two countries, but also when we talk about regional cooperation and the peace and prosperity of the region?
You see, by this type of bilateral or foreign office consultations, we call them, foreign office consultations are the usual mechanism with countries, with friendly countries. But generally, foreign office consultations are held after every 2 years or 3 years, depending on our relationship with the particular country we are having this mechanism with. It is very surprising that war broke out in 22, but from 18 to 22, Ukraine did not bother to call for a meeting of another foreign office consultation meeting. So this itself says volumes about the relations between the two countries. Yes, there were students who were studying there, and in fact, all the except in Russia, all other countries of the
Yeah.
CIS, they had been they had been source of uh, they had been the center for Indian students to go and study medical or engineering. Besides that, there was not much to be done between this region and India. But for Moscow, I
Hmm.
mean, coming to Russia, it's a different ball game. We had relationship for more than 70 years now. So now,
Yeah.
Ukrainian foreign minister um, appealing to have this bilateral relations, to have this mechanism to foreign office consultations organized again, is again, I think, a desperate call, just to show that we are close to India, and why doesn't India, therefore why doesn't India help us out?
Hmm.
So this
Hmm.
is what
And the fact that, the
in
war doesn't seem to end anytime soon. So, of course, Ukraine would need that kind of support, which seems a little shaky right now from its Western allies. But we'll leave it there. Ambassador JK Tripathi, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective on Ukraine's outreach to India amid the war it has with Russia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.